Welcome Wargamers to a unboxing video where today we are going to have a look at the Space Marine Adventures game Labyrinth of the Necrons. This is a bit of an unusual purchase for me, but it's a cooperative board game based on Space Marines raiding a Necron tomb as far as I know. I've actually bought it to pick up the miniatures inside. These are the same miniatures that you'd get from the Space Marine Heroes Series 1 set that they did, which I'm not sure is still available on the shelves anymore, but you can find them if you look hard enough on the internet. And yeah, we're going to open up this box and see what's inside. So, first up, we've got what looks like a bit of an advertising catalogue, so mostly just letting you know other sorts of Games Workshop games that there are. I'm sure most people watching this will probably be familiar enough with them. I'll stand that up so you guys can actually see it. That is, maybe not stand it up to the point where it's going to tip over. That looks like a rulebook. So we'll probably do a more thorough look at that at some point, but I'm guessing those are the rules. There we go. A little bit of a description there about Necrons rising and taking over the 40k universe, probably. Will that actually stand up without tipping everywhere? Tell you what, if I do it like that, so you've got something cool to see in the background. So, looks like a really sort of straightforward how to play. How to set your game up. Yep, the rules for how to actually play the game. And presumably how to use the cards. How to go through different stages of the game. We'll come back to another video maybe where I'll see if I can actually get like a battle report going. That piece of artwork's pretty cool. It's not really artwork, it's photos of miniatures, but I like the way they blended it onto the back banners. Cool. What else have we got? Looks like a punch board. So these are the bits that you punch out to actually play the game on. Seems nice and sturdy. Oh, we've got little tokens as well for the enemies. That looks like Necron warriors. Those Necron immortals, maybe? Not entirely sure. Definitely a Necron lord over here. Sorry guys, not sure if you can actually see. There we go. Oh, and those are death mark tokens. Weird that they're smaller. I wonder if that indicates that it's actually marking the target rather than an enemy itself. And some cool glowy effects. How many layers of these have we got? These all look pretty... Oh, so these are already punched out. These are literally just baseboards that you play the game on, presumably. And we've got 1, 2... We've got 3 of these, as well as what look like a couple of bridging points on those, so presumably you build the board by putting them together. And then, in the game itself, do not open. I wonder if these are sort of preset for each mission. I have to have a look at the book and see what it tells me. Presumably you do open them at some point. Or you don't just open them and Necrons start taking over your living room. One or the other. Right. Cool. Nice little storage bag to put things in, presumably. Stuff like dice and components and tokens. Always quite handy having something like that. Ah. I know it's really basic, but I think that's really cool. Coloured little dice, one for each chapter. Or one for each Space Marine that you get in the set. Most 40k fans will probably be familiar with the colours, but you've got Blood Angels, Ultramarines, Space Wolves, Imperial Fists and Salamanders there. Quite surprising they've gone for the Salamanders rather than the Dark Angels, but maybe it's the fact that that guy is holding the Flamer, which is a characteristic weapon for the Salamanders chapter. Always fun to find in little box games and box sets is little plastic bags to put all your components in so they don't get lost. Oh, that one says open now, so let's give it a go. Just have to bear with me and look at the pretty picture while I actually try and get into it. without destroying the contents. Oh, the artwork on the back looks really cool. There's just something really cool sometimes about the artwork they've used for the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Is that going to defeat me? There we go, managed to get a grip on it. I'm sure some of the other channel hosts would joke about me getting a grip in general, but there we go. So all of these have got the same artwork on the back. The same sort of Space Marine coat, well, not really a coat of arms, I guess, but just nice kind of like cool Space Marine stuff. What is this deck actually? Okay, so that's a character card for Sergeant Cassius. All of the models in this were released in the Space Marine 1 Heroes range, I think, with some different names. Who have we got next? Okay, Brother Infernus. He's presumably he is of the Salamanders chapter, holding a little flamer there. Oh, Necron Overlord. So I think these are hero and monster cards. I have no idea what their function is. Brother Grimm of the Imperial Fists. And, I mean, these are looking reasonably decent quality, I'll have to say. It's always good to see cool cards. Or cool little things to hold on to. Brother Gabriel, definitely a Blood Angel. And I think there's just one more to go. Ah, there we go. Brother Frostclaw of the Space Wolves, and charging forwards in a very feral, wolfy fashion, as they're prone to do. Yeah, they really should have found some room in this set for a Dark Angel, don't you think? Cool, we're going to put those back for now. And I think that leaves only one last thing to go through in this set. And that is... all falling apart now. Sorry about that if you've got your headphones in and that made too much of a loud noise or anything. As you can see, this is a very professional operation. So we've got the sprues themselves of the different warriors that you get in. Now these have all got scenic bases, and which are quite cool. And they're also a very slightly different scale to what you'd normally expect. So these are actually bigger than the standard firstborn Space Marines that you'd normally find, say if you bought a Tactical Marine set or a box of Assault Marines or something like that. They're all coloured plastic as well, colour coordinated for their respective chapters. So we've got the Salamander there, guy who's armed with a flamer. It's also got some quite nice veteran studs along one of the greaves on that model. This is the very yellow looking Imperial Fist, armed with a heavy bolter. They're quite well known for their sieges, and they always like, I think some of the iterations of their rules let them have rerolls for using bolt weapons in the actual core 40k game. Don't know what they do in this at all. This would be Sergeant Cassius of the glorious Ultramarines, the 13th, which is a chapter I've kind of liked for a while. For a long time, they were the favourites of one of my best mates, but it's a bit of a joke between us now that I've actually started painting my own Ultramarine force for the main game of 40k. I believe that was Gabriel, the Blood Angel. What's he got? I think just a Norsepex and a fancy backpack, but looking pretty cool. And last and not least, well, maybe least if you're a Dark Angels fan like me, we've got the Space Wolves, or the Space Wolf guy. That's quite cool, the way he's got the bolter slung across his backpack there. Again, another scenic base, and got the dagger raised. None of the actual sort of armour itself is sort of themed to any of the specific chapters. I've seen people paint these up in entire squads up as like different types of chapter, so you're not locked into painting them one way or the other. It's just they come with colour coordinated sprue. But yeah, not bad in my opinion. That was a purchase from the game that I bought in the UK. Grand total was something around the 30 quid, 35 quid mark. I can't really remember. They do seem to have quite a lot in stock, but not on their website. You can only get it if you go in store, and I'm not sure if every branch will still have a stock of it left. Again, I have no real idea at this stage what the gameplay on it is like. I just sort of bought this for the minis and just kind of hoping the game's actually interesting to play as well. But definitely the components seem pretty high quality. This feels like really nice kind of card punch board, and it's got tokens, and, you know, comes with all the dice and cards that are pretty high quality as well. Anyway, that's it from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and actually seeing what's in the box when you get the Space Marine Adventures one. This isn't the only one that they've done. They've done a Terminator one called Rise of the Orcs, in which you get a similar number of models. You get 5 Terminators, I think, and I think they're also themed around different chapters and possibly different characters. So yeah, I hope that, you know, if you were on the fence about whether to get this or not, this has maybe shown you at least what's in the box, and given you an idea of whether it's worth getting. How many Necrons have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 of these basic warrior looking guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these slightly more heavy weapon looking guys. Pariahs, are they? I've forgotten the name of what they are. Got another 5 of these guys, Lich Guard, something like that. 3 Death Marks and 1 Lord. One of my friends, when I told him I was getting this game, he knew about all these Necron tokens being there, and he was saying to me, "Oh, so you're going to buy some Necrons and paint them up and use them instead of the tokens?" And my answer was basically, it all depends on how good the game is. If this really is about multiple chapters fighting and getting into a Necron tomb to destroy it, then I'm really tempted to try and do something involving the Death Watch, because that's an elite cast of Space Marines who pretty much do that, go on special missions against aliens. Cool. Anyway, that's it from me for today, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you'd like to see more videos like this for the expansions to the game. Take care.